Hello, on today's episode, which is episode 88, it is March 29th, Three Things with Ian, we will talk about a new technology that is helping individuals with impaired vision watch basketball games or experience them. We will talk about one person on the internet I like and one person I don't like, and the three things you should never pay for. So let's dive in. First thing, apparently there's a virtual golf league called TGL. I can't make this stuff up. It's called the Tomorrow Golf League. They had their championship last Tuesday. A million people watched real PGA players play virtual golf. Yeah, I've always said that golf in the Midwest needs to capitalize on these virtual indoor golf simulators, and apparently someone heard me. I believe Tiger Woods has founded this league. Pretty cool team names. They have the Boston Common. I like that a lot. Los Angeles Golf Club. Actually, the rest of the names are terrible, except for the Boston Common Golf Club. Anyway, a million people watched a bunch of actual golfers hit a ball onto a screen. So, who knows? All right, that's just my little opening. So, visually impaired NBA fans can finally experience the game on a new level with a new haptic device. So this is really cool. This is something you'll have to Google alongside me because I can explain it, but I think you actually should see it. It's a laptop-sized device. Kind of looks like a big. The shape is sort of like a Nintendo Switch. It's really big. And basically, visually impaired individuals they have vibrations around the court that indicate the ball movement, and then an earpiece gives them updates on the score as well as plays, whether it's a steal, block, or three-pointer. So individuals can have their two hands on this board, and they can feel where the players are moving. And then the haptic vibrations and the feedback give them indicators on what's happening. This is freaking amazing. I think this is fantastic. This is developed by a pretty small little startup company who spent about 3.5 years piloting this, and I think like 3 or 4 different basketball arenas. It mentioned the Portland Trailblazers. Their little laptop was sort of emblazoned with some Trailblazers insignias, and it was custom to that arena. Basically, this is using. So a couple years ago, the commissioner mandated that NBA arenas needed to have optical tracking technology, so they could determine where the ball was and the player's movement and whatever. And so this company said, oh, well, this technology is already readily available for free and it's being transmitted, so we can just tap into that. And so they basically they use the 20 tracking devices that are spread around the arena, and they are able to essentially, with this haptic device, show where players are, where the passes are, and then they have that earpiece which gives them all the audio cues and I said visuals, but I apologize, all the audio cues, which then they can visualize themselves and basically watch the game. I think this is fantastic. I think anything that helps any community that is underserved or underrealized or not given the same amount of options and abilities, I think this is fantastic. So I will put a link to this company. I can't wait to see what they do next. And they are a Seattle-based company called One Court. Pretty good name. So the second story is, here are 3 things that you should never pay for. Pencils and pens. What are we doing, guys? You go anywhere. Pencils and pens galore. Grab a couple. If you want a really high quality pen, you're going to have to pay for it. But if you're okay with like a cheap, 25-cent pen, load up. Find them anywhere, right? Any business or place of operation has usually pens. You can get pencils anywhere. So don't buy pens and pencils unless you really want to. Napkins. Okay, this is not the cloth nice napkins, but if you're in the market for disposable, one-time use napkins, my God, do not purchase these. You're just wasting your hard-earned cash, your hard-earned moolah. Any fast food chain, any gas station, any place, essentially, very, very, very many places, have napkins. Grab a bunch. Also, my other pro tip, if you want a thicker, more absorbent paper towel-like napkin, gas stations. When you're getting gas and you're servicing the industry, you're giving them money. It's not like you're freeloading. You can, next to the dispensers that have the windshield washer stuff, which doesn't really work too well, they're usually blue for whatever reason, Must be some sort of monopoly brand that just gives all the gas stations these napkins. There's like a bluish paper towel dispenser, and I usually grab 3 or 4 every time because they're great for spills, they're great for blowing your nose on the road, just anything else, right? So pencils and napkins, sugar packets. Sugar packets. If you're in the market to have on the go sugar packets, load up, guys. Come on, this makes perfect sense. If you want sugar is very inexpensive. You can buy a big sugar, Domino sugar, and pour it into another vessel at home for your coffee or whatever. But don't buy single serving sugar packets. Just load up, either at one at a time, 2 at a time, or just grab a handful, guys. All right, so to recap, things you should never have to purchase: pencils, pens, cutlery. I just thought of one. Cutlery as well, plastic cutlery. I'm obviously not pro using these one-time use items, but if you need to stock up for a birthday party or an occasion where it just makes sense, just get them. Get them at places where they have a bunch. It's not hurting anyone's bottom line, guys. Be good to yourselves. I always say that, be good to yourselves. And I mean that in multiple ways, apparently. So those are the 3 or 4 things. I could just go on and go on and go on. I'm very observant. I always see things. So pencils, pens, napkins, cutlery, sugar packets. Come on, guys. Let's do this. All right, my third thing. And then give me other ones, guys. There's probably stuff I'm missing. All right, I'm going to talk about 2. One person I really like, one person I really can't stand. One person I really like, Pedro Pascal. I love this guy. Widespread appeal, right? Combination of his engaging personality, strong acting, phenomenal actor. He seems like a genuine, down-to-earth person that makes him relatable and likable on a level that I don't think you get with a lot of quote-unquote celebrities. He seems he's goofy. I think that's a great goofy. He speaks his mind. He's goofy. He has a natural charisma, I think, that is hard to fake and fabricate. I think that maybe a lot of it is a bit of a persona, a bit of a show. I know that he has like social anxiety when he gets on stage, and there's that famous image of him holding the arm hand area of, I think her name is Vanessa Kirby on the Fantastic Four panel. Huge supporter of LGBTQ rights. That's massive. I mean, you're not going to be someone that I appreciate or like if you're not going to be a vocal supporter for everybody. His sister Lux, transgender actor and activist. He is supporting. I don't know that person's pronouns. I apologize, but that person he is very devoted to. Tenacity and devotion to the craft. Right. He started off mostly in small Spanish-speaking roles on English TV viewing. So he was in an early season of Narcos. Obviously, he's bigger now, but you can really chart his trajectory, and it's a nice organic thing where he just worked his butt off, right? Humorous, self-deprecating. This can go too far, I think, and we're getting a little bit of that weird backlash, actually, with Selena Gomez, which is a different topic for a different day. But people that are not afraid to laugh at themselves and engage humorously with fans, I do respect. His coffee order, my God, his 6 shots of espresso. Dude is wired. Respectful and kindness. Now, I know one of my biggest things is don't ever meet your heroes. And I'm sure that if I do a deep enough Google search, I'll find a bunch of things horribly wrong, or at least some bad social faux pas. But I do like Pedro Pascal. And here's somebody I don't like. So this is going around the internet. I'm not the first person to mention Ashton Hall, 29-year-old guy. Super fit. I'm not questioning the physical attributes of this individual. He's this influencer who's famous for waking up at 3:52 a.m. and dunking his face in cold water. It just doesn't feel authentic, and it doesn't feel like it is at all a part of what a human being would want to and should do. And I'm always leery of weird faux health benefits, and so this guy just screams fake. He's a lifestyle and business coach. His morning routine has him start at 3:52 a.m., which is ridiculous. I thought we were supposed to sleep 7 to 8 hours a day for health and wellness. Unless you're going to bed, unless you're like an NPR, News Channel 3 TV guy who gets up at 4 a.m. I don't see a reason for this. The mouth tape reduces snoring and improves sleep apnea. I'm not for taping your body while you sleep either. He writes in his journal for a few minutes, but you never actually see what he's writing. Very suspicious. And then he plunges his face into a bowl of ice and bottled water. bottled water. I'm anti bottled water to drink, let alone dunk your face in. This is ridiculous. So by 6 a.m. he's already putzed around for a couple hours. Then he goes to the gym, works out. Of course, they're filming every stinking angle of his workout. I think the workout part I'm fine with. Another plunge pool. He's big on water. He returns home to shower at 8:20. Why not shower at the gym? That feels weird. He then he eats a banana and wipes the fruit's skin across his face, which some believe helps treat acne and hyperpigmentation. I mean, good on eating banana, but just put it in the compost pile. You don't have to rub it in your freaking face. And then once again, dunks his face into a bowl of ice water. He's spending like $7 to $8 a day on bottled water, which is not even consuming. I doubt he's drinking it after. They don't show that part, but knowing him and sort of the germ phobia thing, I doubt he's actually drinking the water that he's dunking his face in. Which, it should be clean. He showered like twice already. Obviously, Saratoga Water's enjoying this. They Google search went through the roof. But, people have been joking about this guy that his shopping list is 55 Saratoga Waters, 55 bananas, 55 bags of ice. It kind of reminds me of like when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson revealed that he eats 12 pounds of cod or scrod a day. I don't remember which kind of fish it was. I just get very weirded out by these influencers who don't really have anything particularly to say. It's just mostly essentially for him, it's the visuals. Like I said, he has a very chiseled physique. I guess like one of his routines has him reading, but then they actually did like a deep dive and he reads for like 3 minutes a day or like 3 minutes at a time. So he's reading a page and a half. Not a very useful way to read. I think journaling's fine, but journaling is something that you kind of do maybe when the moment strikes or maybe writing thank you notes or something. I don't know with this routine, I'm not sure what he's able to journal because every 10 minutes of his day is basically a different activity. Anyway, I just don't have any interest in this guy. I might like to maybe figure out some of his workout tips, but that's about it. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up because I need some coffee. So we talked about visually impaired NBA fans being able to experience the game in a level that they hadn't been able to. I think this is fantastic. Why I like Pedro Pascal, why I don't like this other influencer. And the third topic, things that are free. Like this episode, always free. I don't charge, no paywalls. All right, I get on the Amtrak train later tonight, and then we'll just get some crazy, crazy content. Look forward to that. I will see you guys tomorrow.